All right, you guys, we are back now with the performance board and the SEX 24 base camp and the new shocks that we put on. And before I do anything else, like the links, which will be next, I believe, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get some new readings with just the new shocks that we put on. Will anything change or will it stay the same? All right, first one we're going to go for here is we're going to go ahead and go for our articulation reading now and see if it gets any different with the new shocks. Right there, okay, right there we're on. As you can see here, we are, I'm going to have to say the same, maybe a half a degree more. I'm going to start going from like where the lug is kind of straight down. So I'm going to say we got about a half a degree more. Last time the lug was coming at about 10. I said 10 and a half-ish. I looked back at the video and I kind of thought that it would have been more 10-ish. So I'm going to say we grabbed about a half a degree on our articulation scale here. I didn't think it was going to change too much with just shocks. Maybe when I get the high clearance links on there, it'll change more. But yeah, there you go. Maybe a half a degree more. So see what we can get on the other readings. All right, first up, you guys, is going to be our side hill action here. Just like last time, I'm going to kind of hook one peg there, or one tire right there on that peg, and just kind of let it rest up against there as if we were gripping on a rock or something. And we're just going to go ahead and see what we get. Last time we get about 41 degrees on this one, so see if it changes. There's 35, 36, 37, 40, it's moving again. 41, 42, 43. Oh man, I'm gonna say 43. Like, I think we actually gained 2 degrees, you guys, just on the shocks. That's pretty dope, man. Let's change it up and go on to the back facing. Let's go on to back facing. Last time, back facing and front facing both got the same, and they were coming in at 59 degrees. So let's go ahead and see if it changes with just the shock upgrades. There's 30, 35, 40, 45. We're lifting. You see that lift a little? $50. Oh, look at that. Look at that stretch it did. 52, 3, 4, 55. Oh, we tipped at 55, you guys. We lost a few degrees. All right, man, I'm actually pretty shocked that we lost a few degrees with the new shocks right there. Last time we were getting 59. This time it stretched and flipped at 55. Although we do have the double barrel shocks now, so our body was able to leave the chassis further. If you limit strapped that, you would obviously stay closer, but then what's the point in your double barrel shocks, am I right? So I think that's what caused it, is the extra stretch away from the chassis that caused us to lose a couple degrees there. Now we're going to do the front facing and see if that's the same or changes or anything as well. And now I'm really curious what's going to change when I put high clearance links on this thing, so guys. Let's go ahead and do the front facing now. Last time it was at 59 degrees. We're at 30, 40. Now I'm trying to go slow and steady so I don't create any huge jarring motions. Coming up on 50. This is where we started to get the stretch on the last one. 51, we're stretching. 52, 53, 54, 54, you guys. We flipped at 54. That was even 1 degree worse than the back facing. All right, so I'm actually really surprised that we lost so much putting the shocks on. I mean, I guess I am, but I ain't. I guess I didn't think about the double barrel length that would bring the body away from the chassis further, which would then create a little more of a tipping point on that pivot point. I didn't really think about that too much, but you do get a lot of clearance and a lot of articulation. If I manipulate it a little more by hand, I can get more on the articulation scale back here. But I wasn't doing that just for the test. I want to kind of do it the same way I did it the first time. Just to recap here, our articulation reading, we gained a half a degree. Our side hill, we gained 2 degrees. Back facing, we lost 4 degrees, and then front facing we lost 5 degrees. Now I'm really curious if we're going to gain any of that back once we put high clearance links in here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the link upgrades and see if we get any different readings. So back to the workbench and let's get some links on this thing, high clearance aluminum links, and see if our readings change, man. Okay, so on this build, I went with high clearance links and steering link combo made by Hobby Park. This set is labeled for the C10, but it does fit the Basecamp and other models. First, I will show you how I'm going to get the readings for the front and back diffs as well as the skid plate readings. I will use the other tools that came with the setup table from Crawler Park. For the small scale rigs, we will use the millimeter scale, but they also have inches for larger scale rigs. So honestly, it's just as easy as it looks. We simply slide this under until it stops clearing and hits the diff. On this one, we cleared 17 and hit 18, so the final reading we cleared will be 17 millimeters. Now let's do the back diff. Same way, same thing. We are again clearing 17 but hitting 18, so we have the same reading as the front, 17 millimeters. Let's move on to the skid plate or the rock sliders. We will again do the same, but this time we will see if we hit the rock sliders or the skid plate first. That will be our low point where we will get our final reading. As you can see here, we hit the skid plate first and we're able to clear 29 millimeters. Now let's go ahead and I'll move on and install the high clearance links and then head back to the setup table for new readings. What do you think? Do you think we will gain? Do you think we will lose? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Okay, so let's take a look at the new links from Hobby Park. I really think these are slick links and I must say I actually really like them. Let's slap the wheels back on, the body back on, and let's have another look at the diff readings to see if we have any improvements. But before we take a look at these new readings, please take a second to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. I will truly appreciate it. Now I'm going to move a little quicker on these new readings because I also want to get new readings on the setup table with the new links. Another reason we're going to move quick is because we practically have no changes on the diffs. The front diff is coming in at 17 millimeter as well as the back. That is the same as before the links, but the links really isn't meant to raise the diffs, so let's see what they do to the skid plate clearance. Now on this one we clear 28 millimeters but have slight rub before we clear 29. It really is such a slight rub that I feel comfortable saying we would clear 29 millimeters for our final reading. We are back and we have the 24th scale Basecamp and the performance table, setup table, and we are going to get some readings with the new links now. Let's check it out. All right, so we're going to start right off here and we're going to get some articulation readings here with the new links on. Last time, straight out of the box, we were getting 10 and a half. With the shock upgrade, we got 10 and a half. And now we're gonna see what we have with the new links. So let's go ahead and set her up and see what we can get out of her. Sometimes it's tough to do this stuff with one hand and recording, so we are all set up now. Both tires, all tires, as you can see, are grounded. That one's really close there, the front left, driver's side left, but it's grounded. Everything's grounded, you guys, and we are getting a reading this time of, we're gonna go straight down from the axle at 12, you guys. So we gained a considerable amount with this truck on this test, but I'm gonna go ahead and chalk that up as a combination of shocks and links. I don't think the links got all that itself, but last test I did the same and I didn't get 12. I got the 10 and a half again, so maybe the links really made the difference on this one. Either way, you guys, we got a gain. It's right at the breaking point for good for adventure and nice performance. So that's a nice gain. Let's carry on. We're going to go into getting our degrees here and seeing what kind of changes we got with the incline. Let's take a recap. Look back at box stock for side hill was 41 degrees. Shock upgrade, we gained 2 degrees, 43 degrees. And now let's see what we get with the links. Will we gain some more? There we go. 20, 5, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. 45, you guys. Gained a couple more degrees. So that's pretty dope, you guys. So far with this little truck, every improvement so far, every upgrade has improved, shall I say. So let's carry on. This is the one we actually lost on stock. We had 59 degrees. When we got the shocks, we dropped down to 54 degrees because of the body separation from the chassis. So let's see with the new links if we gained any or lost any more. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 42, 44, 45, 50, 52, and that body separating. Oh, 52 and that body separated. Let's start that over and try one more time. All right, we're gonna run that back and see if we can get an actual flip on it this time, you guys, okay? So let's roll. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. This is where we usually have the body separations. 45, 48, 49, 50, 52, there's separation, 53, 54, 54. I'm gonna call that about 53, 54. I'm gonna say we had no gain and we're gonna leave that the same, 54 degrees, you guys, and we had a flip. Let's go ahead and get this back facing this way as if we were going down an incline. Box stock was 59 degrees. We also lost a few on this one with the shock upgrade because of the body separation. It went down to 55 degrees. So let's see if we have any gains or losses with the new links. I kind of think it's going to be like the same on the back, and it's just going to stay about the same. 35, 40, 45, 48, 49, 50, 54, 55, comes that separation of the body, 56, oh, we're gonna say is about 56. I'll check that back and make sure we had 56. Could have been 57. We'll check it out real quick. All right, you guys, so on that, I took the look back and we were flipping at 57 degrees. So that means we gained a couple degrees back, you guys. That is super awesome. I'm really enjoying this setup table, you guys. This is a super sick tool. All right, so next up on the workbench on the list, you guys, is going to be a motor. We got the 50, right? The 50 turn. So this will be pretty sweet. That should be a nice little upgrade for this rig. And then also, you guys, because as we're adding stuff, weight, things like that, normally that servo in here usually takes a crap pretty quick. So we got the Emax ESO8 MA2, you guys. This is a pretty good one. I've used this a couple times. It's a really good go-to for the SCX 24s. And I have a servo mount laying around from one of my other builds, so I'm going to see if I can't fit that in there as well. And those are going to be my next upgrades. I don't know if we'll bring it back to the setup table after that. I don't. Maybe we could for weight, because it's going to be different weights, you guys. I don't know. I guess you guys tell me. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you think I should throw these back on the table, on the setup table after I put these in. You think it'll change any of the performance on there? Let me know down below what you think, and maybe we'll do a performance reading on the setup table after we add all this, if you guys think that'll make a difference. So there it is, you guys. So far so good. This build is coming out super duper sick. I am really loving this build. It makes me want to get the 10 scale version of this. Now you're gonna lie, you guys, this is a sick looking rig so far. After this stuff, I think I gotta go for tires and rims. But yeah, that's it for this one, you guys. Please help a brother out and smash that like, subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one, guys.